time that I can, or maybe I just never paid attention or whatever, I'm driving down the road and I see the horse poop, you know, like as he's horsing along, right? And so that got me to thinking, like, who picks up the horse poo? Like, because you never see, like, you know how dog parents, we pick up our dog poo when we walk our dog and the dog poos, right? Well, who picks up the horse poop? Because you never see the Amish people like stop their buggy and like scrape up anything. I mean, I don't see that many Amish. Stu is about to start squeaking about the Amish people. Oh, and if I'm shaking, it's because they're loading me. But yeah, so one of my questions is who picks the poo up? And like, I mean, is there like a city worker where they're the poo picker upper? Is it the person's property that they poo in front of on the road? Because, you know, there's always like a house or a business or something on the side of the road that they're driving past, you know, like, is it? And like, if it's not the Amish people themselves, like if they rode past your house and there was like horse poo just on the road in front of your house, would you like go clean it up? Like, I don't think that I would want horse poo just like in the front of my house. So I'm just wondering. And then and so I'm still going down the road because this is like a good 20-30 miles of, you know, going down this road that has different Amish people. That's why I say I see like a handful each time, because it's a good stretch of road that I'm traveling. So like, you know, they're not like back to back to back or nothing, but as you're going down this road, like different sporadically, you'll see the Amish people in the buggies. And I always thought it was cool. Like, I like horsies. I think it's cool. Like, if I could live in the city and have me a horse and a buggy instead of a car, I'm doing that. Like, if I had a stable in the backyard for the horsey, that's how I'm gonna go. So I don't have any problem with the Amish people in the horsey and buggy. But I seen this Amish lady, a mom, and she had like two 10-year-old looking kids with her, and I only knew they were Amish because they had the little hats on that remind me of the nun hats in Sister Act, and the black, or maybe they were dark brown or something, but the long dresses. They were coming out of, like, you know, and this, again, I'm going through this little city, so none of these businesses are like huge businesses, but on the side of on the front of the business, I seen that they were a certified personal accountant. So she was coming out of the CPA, and I was like, okay, so I guess Amish people pay taxes just like we do, so it's around tax time since they pushed the date back. So she's probably just going to get her taxes done. But then, like, really quick, I was like, but wait a minute, because I've never really seen an Amish person. I feel really bad. Well, I guess it's not really something to feel bad about, but I've never seen an Amish person just like out walking around. So it was kind of weird for me to see her coming out with her two kids coming out of the CPA office. So I'm like, where is the horse and the buggy? And then after thinking about the whole poo thing, I started thinking about, where do Amish people park their horse and buggies? Because I never like am just whoop-de-dooing down the street and like see a horse and buggy in like the Piggly Wiggly parking lot or whatever. And I mean, when you see the horse and buggy, they have to be coming or going from somewhere, right? Coming from home, going to somewhere, or coming from somewhere, going back home. So that got me to thinking, where do these Amish people park their horse and buggy? Or do I just like I never see them in, and it's always usually these small places, so it's not like this giant shopping mall that the parking lot's so huge that you're just like not seeing it. I mean, it's usually these out of the way little small towns. So like the little farmers market has like 10 spots in the front, you know what I'm saying? Like you can kind of see the whole parking lot when you're going down the road. And because it's a small town, you're not going 65 miles an hour, you're going like 45, 50 miles. You know, it's a good enough speed where you could kind of peruse your surroundings and you get a good feel of the little town and the businesses and stuff. I never see the horse and buggy. And when she was coming out the accountant place, I was just like, where is the horse and buggy? You know? And like when they leave it places, do like other regular non-Amish, not regular because everybody's regular, non-Amish people, like, do kids run up to the horse and try to mess with the horse when the Amish people are in the establishment? Is the horse just pooping? Like, do they park in a parking space? Is the horse pooping in a parking space? Is it typical to like scoop the poop up before you get going again? How does all of this work is basically what I'm thinking, because I'm like, how does it work? I'm just curious. And then as I'm driving, you know, I'm still thinking like, where are these Amish people parking their horse and buggy? You know, because like I would be one of them people that would be tempted to like be like, hey horsey, if I didn't see anybody around, you know. I don't know that, like, Amish people kind of seem like I don't really know that I would talk to them, just because they kind of, well, actually, let me, in my head, this is all in my head, because I've never actually seen, like, I haven't been in the grocery store and seen an Amish person, but like, it seems like they're so rigid and don't bother me. That's in my head, the stereotype I have formed in my head, you know. Just like, I'm not really even sure. I know Amish people live simply, I think, but do they live like third world-esque, even though they're in the modern world, like no running water, no electricity? Like, this is all things that I think in my head. I have no facts about the Amish people, so do not take anything I'm saying as I know what I'm talking about. This is all in my head. But then I was like, okay, so I'm thinking about these things, like, you know, seeing the horse pooping, wondering about that, then seeing the lady come out of the CPA, because I had never really seen Amish people walking around. Like, I've always seen them on the horse and buggy. So that kind of, I was like, that made me think of something I had never thought about, like, where is her horse and buggy at? So after thinking about those things, then I was like, okay, so in a medical emergency, do the Amish people like have an ambulance buggy? Like, how do they, in a medical emergency, like something, I'm sure that they're equipped to like fix basic things more than maybe the average person is, just because of their lifestyle, in my head. But like, what if something happened, like somebody cut off, like was working with the meal and a finger got cut off or something like that? Or like, I'm thinking all dramatic, like the medical shows, like somebody's leg got pulled into like a meat grinder or something, like something really where, okay, even though we're Amish, we can't fix this, we need to get to a hospital. They do go to hospitals, I'm assuming, right? I'm thinking that they do, playing this out in my head. But do they have like an ambulance buggy and like equipped with like a stallion horse that's going to get them there quicker? Are there regular horses? Because, you know, they usually are going at a pretty cool pace, you know, but not fast as a car, but like not super slow, because I guess they could just walk in that case. But the horse is usually going at a nice little pace. So is the horse also trained to like gallop down the road if something is major happening? Do they put like a little light on the top? And if they do, they don't use electricity, so is it like a battery operated light? Like, I don't know. I know I'm being a little silly, but really these are real questions that I have. And God forbid, when an Amish person dies, do they have like a hearse buggy? I'm really not trying to be funny. These are things that I feel like are legitimate questions that people that have nothing, I don't know an Amish person to ask. I don't know about the Amish culture. Is culture the appropriate word to say, or like society? I don't know about any of that. So I just wonder, I'm curious, you know? Yeah. But really, the where they park part and who picks the poop up, I don't know. If anybody knows the answers to my pondering thoughts, let me know. I'm interested. I'm gonna have to like go look up an Amish documentary or something and try to figure that out, because now I'm like curious. So every time I see an Amish person in a buggy and the horsey, now I'm gonna always have these same thoughts, and then I'm gonna continue to stack questions on top of that, because now like it sparked my curiosity. Now that I've started thinking about it, I can't like, I mean, I'm gonna stop thinking about it for the time being, but there always gonna be a wonder in my head now, like, and every time I see one, I'm gonna be like, yeah, I never figured that out, and now I'm wondering about this because now I have a new thought about something. Wouldn't that be cool though, if we could, you know, living in the middle of a city, if you own like a house and had a cool sized backyard, like instead of a shed you put like a little barn and have a horse, and like you just pull up to like the Burger King in your horse and buggy, you order your Impossible Burger and roll out. Go to the local Food Lion. I would just be worried about like people messing with my horse, but yeah, I don't know. I'm just talking. Anyways, hope you guys have a great Monday, and I will holla at y'all later. Bye. Quick update. So on my way out of Wooster, Ohio, I was a little bit more vigilant and paying attention to if I seen any of the horse and buggies parked anywhere, and I actually did. I seen one parked. So Stewie, there's no more treats, Stewie. No more treats, Stewie. So it looks like what they do is there's on, like I seen one parked at like a little farm feed and equipment store, small little place. But it was like, you know how if you go into a ballerina studio, they have the pipe railing like waist high for the ballerinas to hold on to. Well, it looked like that, and it was affixed to the side of the building, and there was a horse and buggy hooked up to it. So I said, okay, ask and you shall deliver. No, ask and you shall receive. Ask and you shall receive. So yeah, I got an answer to one of my questions. Just thought I would let you guys know. Peace.